we have Reflesha, KLVJ right now, JB Greed, and Rengio.
I love how they're putting in these new players right here. Game 1, they have all of the confidence in the world that they are going to start this with a bang. Syempre, Greed papasok ngayon para sa ePro. And as well, Imba DJ for the Warriors. It's Signal Ultra in the play. They are in the driver's seat. ePro going to be answering back. Selena banned out as well as Lolita. And on the other side naman, here we see a new face in the band section of the Nationals. It's Farsa in
Farsa. Valier. Also, Valier ang unang ibibig dito ng Signal Ultra Warriors. I think that if you go back sa ating mga conference number 2, they were also prioritizing the Valier. Laging first face siya. So it's either the first pick or the second and third pick if they are on the blue side. Now, you mentioned about Farsa, isang hero na na-revamp after, I think, a month ago. Oh, I think it was December back then, or I might be mistaken. But there was a time na hindi siya kasi parang pwede sa mga tournaments because she was revamped.
Bruno.
Right now, teams are actually looking at Farsa as one of the strongest mages out there.
Yep, and I think this is because of, as you mentioned, her revamp, her retooling, her rework, which now gives her a stun.
A stun, which... What happens there is pag namarkahan ka with the curse of Crow, and then it could just use any skill that damages, or even I think yung attack niya. But again, imagine feathered airstrike from out of nowhere, stunning you up.
Huge amazing range. She's able to get out wings by wings. It's that combination kasi of CC, mobility, and damage output that makes Farsa such a threat. And even here is right to ban her out first. Let's look at their pick. Ang sagot nila dun sa Valier, it's the Bruno and the Kufra. Wolf, they're very lucky to get the Kufra out.
Oh yeah, the Kufra is a Reflesha Classic, the championship Kufra.
The moment, the Game 4 moment.
The Game 4 moment.
We all know what that is.
You know what that is. Ngayon, Bruno, siguro nagtataka dito yung mga viewers natin, why is Bruno first pick? This pick let us lose sa mga Southeast Asian games natin na Pilipinas, and it's not the best. But why is it picked right now? Well, technically speaking, Bruno is one of the top tier marksmen out there. Lalo na pag nakakita kayo ng mga ranked matches ngayon ng mga pros in a very high mythic glory tier. At napakalakas niya in terms of snowballing if you play your cards right in the early game. And it also benefits so much with that red buff na bagong-bago sa meta natin.
Yep, which basically gives you true damage upon hits. Not just attacks, not just skills, any hit. So this is a safe pick for a BRE Pro, and we were discussing off the air how small now the window for marksmen are. So keeping this Bruno here and just picking up the good supports, picking up the nice structure for essentially this Bruno to flourish is what BRE Pro is going to go on. On the other side, let's look at what the Warriors are bringing in. It's Kimmy and Grak. Oh my God, nalusot ng BRE dito yung Kufra, pero sabi ng Warriors, sige, amin yung Grak.
Kimmy, this is the classic Kimmy lineup, and I think that they will put this Valier into the support role. And imagine because they already have the Grak. Imagine this damage from long distance by Signal Ultra Warriors. This is a classic lane banned by BRE Pro. I thought that they might use it, but because Valier is good versus Kimmy and Valier. I mean, Ling is good against Kimmy and Valier, but because they already have their position 1, yung Bruno nila existed na, so hindi na sila din magliling. I wanna talk about this 3-star real quick kasi I think it's good laban sa isang Kimmy, but not necessarily against Valier, which is based on your HP. So let's see. I think this Gord is gonna be a core for BRE Pro. We'll see.
That's gonna be a strong mid here for BRE Pro, and that shows us exactly how powerful Valier is. We always kind of discount Valier these days. Inisip natin, hindi naman siya worth first pick. Dapat yung Kimmy inuna nyo or Grak. Pero I like what Signal Ultra Warriors is doing here. It's a very utilitarian Valier because it saves their Kimmy from the potential dive. You can push people back.
Exactly.
Right, with the torrent.
Which, you know that sobrang taas ng value na out of those pushes. Wow, this is interesting. Signal Ultra Warriors, if you look at their lineup ngayon, ito yung pinaka-komportable na spot. Imagine, Conference 1, medyo gating recipe nila. I mean, Xborg and Valier, hindi sila yung kasama dun sa meta na yun, but it kinda feels the same role as something like yung mga support nila na the Franco, or I think that they run Tam support then as well. So, Xborg is either gonna be an offlane or support, we don't know. And then, of course, Gushon is gonna be their mid laner. Napakaganda against all of these heroes na medyo tambay sa likod. Bruno at si Gord, they want to stay in one position and just deal the damage from but Gushon does not allow you to do that. Gusion with Desanya will pierce through.
I really like what's happening here. If you guys are a long-time Mobile Legends esports fans, itong Signal versus Bren, El Clasico to eh. You guys have seen several incarnations of this matchup, and how perfect that we're opening it up in the season finale right here. And I just gotta bring up how each pick, especially in the later phase of this draft, it seems to counter each other. Diba nabanggit mo?
Exactly.
Na ang sarap pasukin nung likod, ang sarap pasukin nung Gord, ang sarap pasukin nung Bruno. But they picked up the choke, which basically stops the X-Borg. You just wave the dragon that last insanity out. Wala na.
It's such a good chess match. Itong nangyari draft natin dito. Na talagang palitan. We don't know who outright won the draft, but each team does have their win conditions. Medyo, I hate myself na hindi ko naalala na El Clasico nga pala to. This is indeed El Clasico. Siguro may mga ibang players na dyan, but this is still Bren E Pro versus Signal Ultra Warriors.
All troops deployed.
And we'll see now kung ano magiging resulta. I think, now since Flap is gonna be the marksman, Eson the offlaner. Wow.
What a switch up here.
What a switch up indeed.
Real hot. It starts up in mid. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 1 in a best of 3. It's the lower bracket elimination game in the season finale between the Warriors and E-Pro. Pakilala natin ang ating mga team.
We have Signal Ultra Warriors, Desanya on that Gush, the classic Flap on this Kimi, Inba, a DJ, the new player. Now the Valir Eson on this X-Borg, and Tets with the Grok.
E-Pro got Raflisha on that tank. Cho VJ making his debut as Bruno. JP on the Gord. Greed as Arcufra and Renzio on that Terizla. Both teams keeping to their side of the map. Medyo safe sila ngayon kasi hindi pa nila alam kung anong dinadala ng mga bagong players.
But you know what? This is a very good aggressive play by Signal Ultra Warriors. They already got the opposing blue buff. I think they did. No, they actually tried to invade it pero hindi napunta sa kanila.
Renzio not looking good here. 3-man coalition from the Warriors. Body of Smith working well for our offlane here. Kahit nagsosolo dito si Renzio, he's doing his best. And that was a failed rotation for the side of the Warriors. Lot of weight now on top for E-Pro.
I want to see this time Eson medyo pinupuntaan ko na pinag-government their first blood from somewhere else.
Ooh, nabawi!
Napakagandang mirror move lang Signal Ultra Warriors, and that there is without the flicker anymore. Dice onto the top lane though. Eson can be pummeled by 3 members of Bren E Pro and will die.
They're trading off laner there, but Wolf, it seems like the Warriors have their conversion rate on point down. Bottom taken out so quickly underneath 2 minutes.
Ito yung nagtataka ko. I really saw Signal Ultra Warriors invade the blue buff of Bren E Pro, but I'm not seeing another blue buff. So it's on the Gushon and 2 red buffs, one on the Bruno, one on the Kimi. Does this mean na nag-double blue buff sila sa Gushon, which actually is not that much of a problem, but you give a lot of farm to your Gushon, which is good.
That's here, taking so much damage. JP taking him out. That was the bush of death. At sabi ng Pro, bawi tayo. Let's take that top tower 20 seconds in, and I think that's the story of this game already. We're seeing it called, but our players seem to be maybe 2 steps ahead of us.
Yeah, they are. Now the stun onto Flap, but Flap puts her run away. They have to be careful of Greed here. Ito na, kumakasa na nga. Tatama ba ang kanya Tyrant Spirit? Will hit onto 1, but the defense is there from Signal Ultra Warriors. They will fend off Bren E Pro.
Medyo mali yung tinalanon doon ni Greed, and he's taking so much damage, mga kaibigan. Last insanity coming in. Eson not getting much in there. Taken out by JP with the Mystic Gush, and that is a dive too deep for our X-Borg. Mga kaibigan, nagpo-push na dito ang Signal Ultra Warriors. There goes the wild charge.
There goes the wild charge, but there is the way of the dragon para mapag-defensa dito, but Signal Ultra Warriors, they don't really want to get a kill. They just want to go for the turrets. But of course, hindi nila nagawa yan dahil na-clear out na yung minion wave. With Bren E Pro, they might go for the turtle this time. We'll see. They have 4 members around the turtle area. Nice drop block in there. But Raflesha finds an opening. Here comes Greed with the jump. But Imba DJ able to run away. Turtle will be taken by the Gushon. Then si Raflesha neta mapapasama dito. They do out the damage with Kimi. Point blank range.
That was a good rotation from the Warriors, starting with a take from the Little Wanderer, turning it into an engage underneath Turtle. Kahit 4 sila doon, kahit fresh yung mga members ng Bren E Pro, they could not have come back. Kasi nag-recover na sila eh. Again, if you guys have just jumped back into Mobile Legends after a big update, I think at the start of the year, the Little Wanderer was a little addition to the map. And that essentially gives your team some regeneration if you take it out.
Ang tawag nga ng mga pros ngayon dyan is healing galing. Well, a Little Wanderer.
Again, there's another take on it.
Yeah. So easy na heal siya, of course, what you can get. And a lot of gold in the early stages of the game. Ang taas ng value nun actually, mas mapapabilis yung pagkuha ng items ng mga mid laners ngayon comparable to the previous patch. Iba din siya. Look at that push, but of course the way of the dragon in there. Able to take down. Now Flap in trouble against 4. Kaya ba mag-survive? Mukhang hindi. Na-stun na nga siya dito. Will try to deal the damage, but it will not be even close. As Brenny Pro snatches 2 kills.
Rafflesia using Brave Smite there to his advantage, healing up as he moves out. Here we go, engaging once more onto Tets. There's another gush by JP, but Tets is going to survive. Eson jumping in with the last insanity, taking out Kiel VJ, and there's an off-cam kill onto Greed. Ladies and gentlemen,
wow.
Fights on both ends, mid and bottom. Na-depensahan yung bot, pero yung top ay yung mid. Makuha na, and here's another fight.
Here's another fight indeed. Disanya being caught, but of course the lifesteal in their spell bomb. And a pato, Disanya survives with a sliver of health. And they get 2. The stun connects onto 1. Pero dito yung Teresa with the penalty zone. Mystic Project out there with the gush. Not even close para sa ating Gord, but they do run away. Signal Ultra Warriors, however, gets away with life soon on this Gusion.
Bloodlust axe being picked up now by Eson. He's able to engage a little more and for much longer. And here's a potential turtle take. I love what Desanya's been doing with his retribution. Napaka-on point ng pagkuha niya, especially with the first turtle of the game. Yeah. And here's another potential engage. Ipro gonna be cleaning up mid first. Wolf, mukhang nagbabawian sila dito, but it seems like Ipro is on the back foot.
Yeah. Well, Brenny Pro on the back foot, but in terms of economy, they're not. This is probably because ang ganda ng pagka-funnel nila ng kanilang resources. I mean, uber rich itong ating Bruno, but the others aren't that much. Pero the turtle, of course, the retribution in their green, far too late. They come with Disanya this time. Napakaganda incandescence. Isolated reflection this time. The Bruno as well. They're able to take down the carry of Brenny Pro. Meron pa ba silang additional kills? They will get the Gord indeed. At pangatlo, make that 4. Signal Ultra Warriors takes 4 kills against Brenny Pro. Kasama pa yung turtle.
That's 4 for none. +1, sabi mo nga. And this is Renzo gonna be backing out. There's not much he can do here. I think this is, let's say, attributed to Desanya's Gusion.
Definitely.
For the longest time in Conference 2, Gusion was just shut down by the prominence of Kufra and Lolita and the like. Pero ngayon, mukhang if you put it in the right hands, it seems like Gusion here is going to be taking over. 3-0-5, he's got the Calamity Reaper. And he's been catching KLVJ off for a few times now. Greed catching off guard Imba DJ. Pero tama ka, this is a support Valir that I can get behind.
Yeah, definitely. Napakaganda na kaniyang pagkaka-position, I guess. And always finding the right targets. I mean, na-isolate nila si Rafflesia at si Greed away from Bren E-Pro. And because of that, yung mga nasa backlines, which we talk about, yung peel mechanic dun sa may backlines, nagawa nga natin. Una namatay yung Bruno as well as the Gord, which you know, so much gave Signal Ultra Warriors a lot of mileage in terms of winning that fight. Without the damage from Brenny Pro, hindi nila magagawa, which this makes it very interesting. Maraming flicker. Actually, lahat ng Bren E-Pro members naka-flicker, but they still fell against Signal Ultra Warriors. This tells us that Signal Ultra Warriors really are on fire with their connection. Tets with that wonderful wild charge. Might get the pick off on Lorenzo, but the Mystic Projectile is there to stop that.
Oh, Desanya coming in with the full combo. Not going to be enough to take out Renzo. They are going to be backing off. Down bottom, taken out. Plus this buff steal. Gutom na ang Bren E-Pro. They're down 3,000 gold.
All of a sudden.
Nag-rubber band lang yung Signal Ultra Warriors.
That's true.
They opened up the 800 gold lead. Tapos after that 4-for-0 take, this is them just going into the driver's seat.
But there will be a retaliation from Bren E-Pro up top, able to take out Eson and isang turret na kapalit ng isang turtle. So that's two, three. I mean, two tier 1s and 1 tier 2 turret taken by Bren E-Pro. But Signal Ultra Warriors, they want to push this middle. Nice dodge mula kay Flap dito with a red and a blue buff, but onto the middle. Nice one charge naman with the flicker in. Disanya, can he get a kill onto KLVJ this time? No.
Oh, KLVJ taking out Tets. Here we go. It seems like our new boy debuting is online, but he's taken out by Disanya just as we say. Greed taking so much damage from Flap here. Flap face first into the wave of the dragon. I think he purified that.
He did purify. Very nice timing.
He is going to get away.
Greed, kaya mamagtumakbo na po. Kamuti pa mga TV. Magkanaman pa ng maximum charge now. Eson flickering in forward. Want to go for Reflection with the slows, but Reflection of course That is a Cho. Ito na ba? Yung wraparound mula kay Flap. Wala ka na taas. Sa papaligiran ka na namin. Tisanya as well as Flap in there. They'll get the kill. Onto the Cho. 4 na naman ang nakuha ng Signal Ultra Warriors.
Once more, Renzo here having survivor's guilt. Siya na lang ang natira.
Wow.
But I think he's still doing his job right. He is defending. He's staying where it's safe. If he did push in, he forced the issue, mukhang mas lalong mababaon ang BRE Pro.
Yeah.
They are currently down 4,000 gold. Again, it's ever growing.
Yeah.
Muntik na makabawi doon si KLVJ as he was trying to penetrate up top. Pero mukhang the movements and the synchronicity of Signal Ultra Warriors, it seems to be on point. These new players coming in, it seems to be a non-factor.
Definitely not. Signal Ultra Warriors, if anything, and when you look at them right now, they look like a team na hindi na pe-pressure at all. I think that a lot of people talked to me earlier kung sino mananalo about Signal Ultra Warriors and BRE Pro. I told them na may team ako na Signal Ultra Warriors can pull this off even after that conference 2 result, because right now, it seems like they aren't pressured at all. If you look at them, before this match, pag nakita mo sila, parang ang saya nila.
Yeah.
There seems to be no pressure at all for Signal Ultra Warriors, and it's very good to play at that rate. Kapag wala ka, you have nothing to lose, nothing to gain, you will have a better game comparably, and this really shows up come game number 1.
And I'm excited to see this. Ladies and gentlemen, first floor taken out by Desenia, and they are going to engage here. They're not exactly hurting. Nice grok block put up there so that they can disengage. Wolf, let's talk about Desenia. Right now, he is taking off, and it's not because nagkamali naman yung BRE Pro. I mean, Greed is still putting up the Tyrant's Revenges the right way. But you know, those 2 first turtles, it's gone a long way for Desenia to take over.
And not only that, ang ganda rin yung pag-agamit niya ng turtle. Paggamit ng Retribution against the turtle, really fine place. And also, yung Signal Ultra Warriors, yung advantage nila, walang Retribution ng BRE Pro. So, really, in contests of turtles, laging disadvantage ang BRE because they don't have that burst damage against the turtle, courtesy of the Retribution.
Which is, I think, evidence here of how Conference 2 Signal Ultra Warriors engage. Well, let's talk about this right now. Big fight down bottom. Greed coming in. Last Insanity being used by Eson already. Renzo taken out by Imba DJ. Making a double kill. Greed going down. Desenia taken out by KLVJ. Oh my god, KLVJ now on a double kill. Eson looking really low. They are gonna disengage. Gosh here being used by JP. A successful defense by E-Pro.
Not all thanks to that initiation mula kay Greed. If you look at it, hindi siya yung parang big ticket ultimate na 4 yung tinamaan or 3 yung tinamaan. Only 1, but a very crucial member from Signal Ultra Warriors. Isolating the core members. Kaya nga naman nung tumalon na si Eson with that last Insanity to follow with Desanya, there wasn't any follow-up from Signal Ultra Warriors. So parang nahati ng 2 units ng Signal Ultra Warriors, and that's not what you want to play with if you are playing on the side of the Warriors. Now, BRE Pro able to defend because of that. And syempre, you cannot discount the fact that this is still BRE Pro. If there will be defenses, kung lupit pa rin na kanilang mga experience dito, which kind of makes me think, Raflesha is now playing the Kufra, by the way, and Greed really showing up even with this Kufra.
Yeah, they have all the confidence in the world na ibigay kay Greed itong Raflesha. And Renzi here just doing his best to just check into that buff. Oh my god, the bush! I'm sorry! There's a grok block! Renzi using the flicker. Wild charge already committed here by Tets. And there's a power of nature. Renzi looking really low. Shield being put up right here. JP with the gush just to clear the wave. And that is gonna be a successful defense. KLVJ and the gang taking out bottom. Nice distraction tactic by BRE Pro. Up top, sabi nila, bigyan natin ng konti. Kaya naman ni Renzio at ni JP yon. And let's slowly get back into this game.
Yeah, I like how BRE Pro are reacting to this. Yeah, surely they have lost the previous fight. Surely nawala yung Turtles and Signal Ultra Warriors are pulling ahead sa economy. But that should not end there. Iba talaga ang nakukuha ng mga teams sa expert with playing from behind, and BRE Pro are showing that. Like, they're finding ways to still have a win condition into this game even when they're not fighting. Like you said, yung distraction nga na ginawa nila dito sa may top lane was enough to force Signal Ultra Warriors back. And I like the management of resources mula sa BRE Pro. Ginamit nila yung gush, yung Mystic Gush mula dun sa board. Instead, sa heroes, doon sa minion wave.
Yep, it was very important. And here we see now an engagement from the other side. It seems like BRE Pro is going to be coming up from this northern bush, but gonna have to disengage. Hindi tama, hindi akma para sa kanilang sa kanilang diwa. They want to do something very specific, and as you mentioned, they want to get back into this game, and forcing fights is not the way. 14 minutes in, they are still down about 3,000 gold, 5 kills, but Rafisha getting caught out here by Tets with the power of nature. Wild Charge only used by Tets. This is going to be good for Bren.
Now Tets will have to run away with the Dragon committed. They are satisfied with this kill if they do get it. Immortality being popped. Round number 2, but Renzo now in double penalty zone. Kumonek na dito sa tatlo, and this could be the comeback for BRE, bro. Last insanity use. Nobody died for BRE, bro. Just a jump in. Wala na naman sa Kufra, and they run away as well. Renzo finally falls, but at the expense of 2 members of Signal Ultra Warriors. Can they jump in? Iba DJ flickering it forward, but only to fall down from this. Mystic Gush. Oh, Disanya jumps in forward, gets 1 kill, but will be killed in return. BRE, bro, with a 5-man wipe.
This might be it, ladies and gentlemen. Top is going to go down. BRE Pro is going to make a beeline for this base. It's going to be about 8 seconds until someone can defend. Mga kaibigan, KLVJ here is ripe for the taking this base. It's over, I think. Game
over.
1 is going to go to BRE Pro.
No! There's a shutdown, but Signal Ultra Warriors will still bow down. And with a snap of a finger, BRE Pro are able to make it. Sinabi natin kanina, it's not over till it's over. And BRE Pro are still finding the ways to find the victories